Very good and welcome to the channel of Decorating Your Home One More Day. As many of you know, we are fixing this area of the terrace, and just the walls that I have behind me are pretty bad because they have moisture seepage. A little while ago I made a video of the types of humidities that there were, and I explained that in this terrace we had dampness by filtration in almost all the walls. So let's start by fixing these, and I'll explain the step by step. Let's start.
The first thing to do is to cover all the floor, which I've already done.
And so we will avoid staining and then have to clean it. If you notice, the wall has a lot of mold and also has cracks everywhere that causes water to seep in and the material to come off. The steps that we are going to follow, I have them here exposed. Now I will explain it to you in more detail, but in a rough way we are going to clean the surface very well with bleach. Then we will apply this product that is to sanitize the surfaces, and finally we will apply the Aquaplast Easy Work of Bezier. Once we have done all this, we will paint it with a special paint for wet areas. As I said, we are going to dilute a little bleach in water, and with a stiff bristle brush we are going to go scraping all the mold until it is completely removed. I have put it in this basin so it is easier to put it in and scrape it off. I've put on gloves, but I'm also going to put on these glasses in case I get a drop of bleach on my face. If you notice, there are some paint chips that jump just after passing the brush, so I'm going to remove them and then we will apply the anti-mold product. The paint does not need to be removed, but in this case we have to do it basically because the material is coming off. It is not well adhered. In that case we would have to remove it, but if it is well adhered, it is not necessary to simply apply the fungus stop, and then we would apply our special mortar for humidities. My grandmother is telling me that this was the first wall that was made in the whole house and all the land because they did this to store the tools so they could build their house. This crack that is here has caused the water to seep in, and this piece, just a little bit of it, has collapsed. So imagine, we'll fix all this. I'm going to show you why I'm removing this wall, because here you can see clearly, if you look, there is a hole between the brick and the plaster. This hole is the one that is detaching the material, so when it is no longer there, for example here it is already attached, I don't remove it, but here where there is this hole, at any moment it will be detached. But here there is this hole that can come out at any moment, so I remove it before it comes off and we put the new material.
It's really
this
bad.
is bad,
Yes,
huh?
this is older than me.
Well, now we have the whole wall cleaned up. The truth is that this bottom part was terrible. On top, it's pretty good. But underneath it is very, very bad. Now let's go to the next step. Now I am going to apply the fungus stop, which is also from Bezier, and this treatment is a disinfectant for surfaces affected by moss and fungi. It is applied on all types of materials, whether plastic paints, enamels, plasters. And in the case that the surface is very contaminated, it would be necessary to give him first a hand, and then the second, waiting between hand and hand 3 hours. In this area I have done the work twice because I have removed the mold, and in the end it has ended up coming out, but well, these things happen. The important thing is that it is well cleaned before applying the waterplast. I am going to apply it with a roller, but we could also do it with a brush. And the truth is that I used it a little while ago for the floor of my house and it went super well, so I think it will be great for this wall. I'm going to put on my mask, gloves and goggles. Before applying the Aguaplast to the whole wall, I am going to cover this hole with another mortar. Since the Aguaplast would be for 15 millimeters, I first pour the water on the base to make it easier to move. We wet the wall a little bit. Here there are also a couple of pretty deep holes, so I'm going to put some mortar here as well. And now while we let the mortar dry, we're going to continue with the Plas water down here. Let's take a look at some of the characteristics of Aguaplast Obra Fácil, which is for waterproofing and repairing facades, swimming pools and concrete. Applicable on damp substrates, breathable to steam, and resistant to seawater and marine environments. It is for both interior and exterior use and can be applied up to 15 millimeters. Here it specifies that you must first clean the surface and then add 1 kilo of powder over 0.4 liters of water. I calculate the liters with a standard measurement. I know how much fits here and then I pour it knowing how much I am pouring. I add half as much as 7.5 kilos and then I know how much water I have to add. Okay, now we have it. Let's start applying it. My father has just arrived, so he is going to give me a hand with the wall, and between the two of us we are going to finish it. Well, we already have the hand of Aguaplast. Now what we are going to do is to swirl it with a sponge. We are going to moisten it in water and we are going to do it in circles. Very good morning, this is completely dry. Now we're going to give it a second coat and then paint. We're going to wet it a little bit like we did the other day. Well, we already have the second coat, so now we're going to wait for it to dry and then we're going to sponge it. Look how Thor looks like he has had his hair cut, Thor. It looks like another one, it looks like another little hair. Let's go with the cushion, let's go. Alright, we've already eaten and we've let the wall dry a little bit, so now we're going to hit it with the sponge. Very good morning. We already have the wall completely dry from the second coat that we gave it, so we're going to paint it with this Isofix paint from Basil, which is perfect for painting areas of high humidity such as basements, cellars, gyms, bathrooms, porches or spaces with extreme temperatures. I am going to start painting all the lower part with a brush to try to make a completely straight line, and from there start with the roller, because otherwise, as the masking tape does not stick, it will be moving and it will not be a straight line.
Although later this floor has to be painted and we will cover what has been stained, but that it looks as good as possible.
Painting the upper part with a brush. Painting the lower part with a brush. Painting the lower part with a brush. What do you think? How does the wall look? Very beautiful, very white. It's so dazzlingly white that it shines so brightly, and it's very pretty.
No,
Now
now
it doesn't look
modern.
like the oldest wall in the whole house, huh?
Yes,
But
now
it is very
forbidden
white.
to
It has
stand up.
turned
There
out
used
very
to be
pretty.
someone,
It
some
has a
people
white
who
color,
stood up.
and it
Now
is
it's
very
forbidden.
nice.
No,
Now
it
we
looks
can
very
use this
good.
little
It looks
bench
very
and
good.
everything.
Yes, you can be proud that you have done a very good job, and it has turned out very well. Congratulations, beautiful.
Well, now for the rest of the terrace, right? Let's continue, yes, because this is not over, but there are still days to go. I hope you like this video. If so, don't forget to like it, and we'll see you soon in the next videos.
Don't
See you
forget
soon.
to subscribe and follow us on our social networks so you don't miss the day by day of all our transformations.